John Eichelsheim for Boating New Zealand magazine. Join us as we check out the new Rayglass 2700, two of them in fact.
The ride from both boats is excellent. Rayglass has raised the chine line and added more flair to the bow for a generally drier ride and easier handling in a following sea. We were perfectly comfortable skipping across the waves at 30 knots and didn't get a drop of spray on the glass.
I'm with Matt Flanagan from Rayglass Boats. We've come inside to get out of the weather. We've had a day out on the boat. We're now here in the showroom. We're here to talk about the new Rayglass Legend 2700. Now, Matt, this is it's a development of the really popular 2500, but it's also new in so many ways. Perhaps we could talk through some of those.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Yeah, great day out there today. Thanks so much for coming on board. It was fantastic to get you guys out. Yeah, look, the 2700 is essentially a result of 20 years of customer-driven feedback on the Rayglass 2500, which has historically been our most popular model from over the years. There's over 600 out there in circulation now, and where the 2500 was such a hit was that it was a real genuine multi-purpose boat where it really suited all sorts of different styles of boating, from fishing, cruising and a bit of overnighting. So what we've really done with the 2700 is we've taken a lot of the feedback and things that not that necessarily people didn't like but thought could be improved on that boat, and we've made those changes on the new one. Right. So lots of small little things. Obviously the layout is relatively similar because it was a formula that has just worked so well for us in the past, but a lot of little things, mostly from an ergonomic standpoint, which makes a huge difference to overall how comfortable you are on board of the boat when you're out on the water.
Right. You know, to me there's a lot about the boat that is familiar, but the styling somehow looks sharper, a bit more modern. There's been some changes there.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, the 2500, well, our legacy styling has been around since 2006 when we first released the 2500. So this design's been on the drawing board for a number of years now, but was initially introduced when we released the Rayglass 3500 back in 2017.
Gotcha.
We've pushed it through the Protector program and now into the Legend. So look, it's very unique, it's very different, but the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive from people, and you know, as you would have seen today, it matches up nicely with the new Mercury engine styling and things like that.
So it certainly does. And look, one of the benefits of this new model is the internal volume is better than it was in the 2500. There's more of it.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think primarily the main difference from an overall spacious standpoint is that we've added a lot more head height in through the hardtop, which really allows for those taller people to have lots of clearance through the boat. But also we've added a lot more space through the walk-through into the cabin, a lot more volume into that cabin area, but also in the back here we've added a lot more length down either side of the gunnels and internal beam as well. So it is more comparable to a boat with a wider beam as well.
And it does feel like a bigger boat, I have to say, than the 2500. I mean, I know there's not a huge amount in it, but it does feel like a bigger boat.
Yep, so essentially it's a new version of the 2500. So it was really important to still stick within that kind of realm of size, but you know, every millimetre counts in boat building, and we've pushed things out a few millimetres here and a few millimetres there, and that seems to make all the difference as far as an overall sense of spaciousness on board. So,
I mean, just to point out some of those benefits, I mean, right now the forward cabin feels like a more spacious place. There seems to be more space in there to stretch out. I'm not sure, but it felt to me too as though there was more head height in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've added more length, width and height in the bow, which has added a lot more space up in the cabin. We typically find a lot of our customers that are purchasing this sort of size of boat, they really use it as a genuine weekend. It's when they're going out, they stay on board for the weekend or even longer in some occasions. So having a really comfortable double berth up the front along with plenty of storage was really important and a big part of the feedback. And then in addition to that, we've added a significant amount of more volume in the separate head, which makes that space a lot more usable, and was some customer feedback that we certainly took on board, and the feedback's been really good.
Brilliant. Now, the other big change, or I guess, or the thing that customers can really look forward to is the fact you've got so many options with the layout with this particular model. Not only engine options, but also the way that the transom is configured, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, we understand here that every boating experience is unique. You might be out having a serious day fishing one day, then the next day you're cruising with your family,
Right.
and doing that sort of program. So with our modular engine box design, it's available across both outboard and stern drive models, but a lot of our feedback was that people wanted to have a nice big double bench seat there for when they were in those more cruising mode days, but then also from a fishing standpoint they wanted to have a real central fishing station with lots of tackle drawer storage, plenty of working space as well. So that's where options like the fiberglass fishing module come into play in lieu of the transom seat. And then with the inboard model in particular, you can opt between a seat on the back end of the engine box and also a chili bin as well from
Right.
more of those fishing days out on the water. So having more seating options, and you'll see that seat here creates a really nice social zone
Yes.
in the cockpit from an entertaining standpoint as well.
Right. And can we just briefly touch on your engine options? Obviously, the boat that we're sitting on at the moment is a single outboard. That's one of the options that's offered. What else?
Yeah, that's right. So the single outboard been a really popular option. We've got this one powered with the single 400 horsepower V10 Mercury, which is,
Very impressive.
as you know,
Very impressive, yeah.
very impressive. But the standard engine for that is for that configuration is the standard 300 horsepower V8, which
Right.
still pushes it along nicely. We've got the inboard diesel model as well, which is powered with the Mercury 270 horsepower V6 diesel.
Yes.
And then we've also offer a twin outboard option as well. So twin Mercury 200 horsepower V6s up to twin Mercury 225
Okay.
horsepower V6s as well. Yeah.
Right. Well, plenty of choice for people to make, and I'm not sure, a difficult choice, I have to say. It depends, I guess, on where you see your boating, what it is you want from your boating experience.
Yeah, absolutely. What we've found, I think, as far as the diesel engine is concerned, from a long range fuel efficiency standpoint, it's really hard to look past, and obviously you get the extra duckboard space off the back as well, which can be used as a real genuine multi-purpose platform.
Right.
But with that being said, with the new single outboard transom, what we've developed is a really solid platform either side of the engine, which can be utilised as a swimming area, or you can still use it as a fishing space.
And you've got a
out the
good
back
walk
as well.
past there as well.
Yeah, walk through in front of the engine.
Yeah.
So the single outboard seems to be a good crossover between having the inboard and the twin outboard, if you like. But then going to the single outboard, people were loving that just from obviously the genuine power you get,
Yes.
the smoothness, the responsiveness, the quietness, but it's also paired with the Mercury electric steering and active trimming, which is another big advantage, and then obviously lower maintenance costs as well.
Right.
But then also offering the twin outboard option for people that just want that next level sort of performance and manoeuvrability and control as well.
And just before we finish up, I mean, you're making a push into the Australian market. This boat, I guess, will be quite important in that.
Absolutely, yeah. We've just debuted this model in particular, along with our Rayglass 3000 at the Sanctuary Cove Boat Show, which was a huge success. We have just signed up a dealer in Queensland Marine Centre, who's going to cover the Queensland and New South Wales states, as well as Aquasports Marine in Perth as well, who we've just signed up to be our exclusive dealer for WA, and we're looking to get someone else into the sort of Victoria region as well. Really excited about the program moving forward with Rayglass product into Australia. They have very similar boating conditions to us. They love their towing, and this boat really ticks a lot of the options from a multi-purpose platform rather than being more of a genuine fishing or a genuine cruising machine. So
Right.
the feedback's been really strong.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for talking to us. And the 2700 is a boat that is going to make some waves. John Eichelsheim from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.